Miss Sarah, come on in. You can have a seat wherever you want to. Go ahead and close this door behind you. So hey, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. And you're looking pretty good. You got the light shining on you just right,
Thank
right?
you.
Or maybe that's just like your own glow.
Well, you know.
You got it going on here. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and introduce myself first of all. My name is Jeremiah. You can call me Mr. Jeremiah, J, Mr. Morton. It doesn't matter. I am a student at the University of Georgia pursuing my master's in social work. I do not have my licensure, nor do I have my degree. So I'm interning right now in a therapeutic position. I just want to let you know that whatever we talk about, it's between me and you, right? So we can get as dark as you want to. We get as private as you want to. We can talk about anything that you want. But I do have to inform you about this thing called mandatory reporting, okay? Now, mandatory reporting means that I will have to report and or inform my supervisors, or even on some occasions, maybe at a court hearing, on two conditions. If you pose as a threat to yourself, or if you pose as a threat to others. Besides that, girl, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and what is said in here stays in here, and I assure you of that. Okay, and I also want to let you know that I'm aware that you came here for a reason, right? And all that I want to do, in some sense, is to be a helper unto you. To help you see things a little clearly. To help you understand things a lot better. And to almost be a guide in this process of becoming complete. I think that's something that we are all striving for, in order to become something or unbecome something that life has put on us in the process. And I'm sure, and I could tell already that you are very willing to dive in. And I think the sessions that we have, the things that we talk about, a great deal going to be predicated on you. You determine the speed of this. You determine where we go in our conversations. Okay? Now, I want to let you know that even though I'm a counselor, I'm also going to play the role as a coach. I'm going to recognize your strengths, and I'm going to amplify that to you. But the areas where you might need to work in, I'm going to challenge you in that area so that we can dive deeper. Because I think the process of becoming whole includes the process of diving in and seeing some things about ourselves that we don't like too much. But it's the ugly truths that we have to confront sometimes, right? So that's my spiel, right? You know, it kind of got deep real fast. You say, hey, I just met you. So if you don't mind telling me a little bit about yourself and what brings you here to the agency today.
Well, I am 22. I'm also in college as well.
Okay. What school you go to?
The University of Florida.
University of Florida.
Yes.
Okay. So you here on summer break, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. What do you study at the University of Florida?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I've always wanted to be a pharmacist,
wow.
Since I was 5.
Really? What about, doing pharmacy appeals to you?
I just like the aspect of being able to provide people that are, sick, or people dealing with chronic illness with, the medicine that they need to, maybe live life every day. So just that, and I just think it's a really cool job.
That's
also,
awesome.
The money is really good. So
Oh, you can't deny that one now.
Yeah.
As noble as you made that sound,
Yeah.
right? You still got some money? Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what brings you in here today? How may I be of some service to you?
Well, I just want to kind of talk about my relationships with people, and why, kind of try to figure out why I do some of the things I do in relationships, like run away from people if things get too close, or, just be super quick to throw people away, after one mistake. For me, it's just okay, that's it. You're done. I'm not going to let you, hurt me any further than that one thing.
Mm.
So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about.
Mm. Yeah, and I just want to commend you on two things that I've noticed already. Is this that you are aware of what's going on, right? There's a quote that says, once you have identified the problem, you have already solved half of the problem, right? And so I just want to commend you on this awareness of self that you have. And however you came about it, whether it was through failures, multiple failures, one after another, or you just thinking about things, I must commend you that now you are here, where you see things for what they are. And another thing, I want to commend you on the strength of asking or seeking out help. Not only does that require humility, but humility is really an inner strength. And I think, that's a lot. That means a lot. And so I want to commend you on that. I don't take it lightly that you're before me right now, and having this conversation. Yeah. And, I heard you say you want to figure out why you do certain things. And so it almost sounds like you're doing this personal introspection of self, and how that is affecting everything else in your life, in particular relationships. So do you want to talk about the problems that you would have surfaced in your relationships?
Yeah, I feel like I'll just give you an example of a situation that I'm kind of in right now.
Okay.
We've been arguing for maybe like 3 weeks. It's like the same argument every week about just not texting back, or oh, you didn't text me first today. Like, I feel like it's really petty arguments, but for some reason they keep happening. Like it's like the same thing over and over again, and I'm at the point of where I just want to like completely end the situation, because I feel like, how can we move forward if we're having arguments about like not texting? Like, to me, that's just really petty, and I don't know exactly. Well, I kind of know why they're happening, but it's just, I don't know. It's annoying to talk about the same thing and, make up, and then there's no real resolve, because the next week it's going to be the same issue again. So
I hear some frustration.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and over a pattern that has been going on, as you said, for the past 3 weeks. Now, I heard you say, I don't know why. Well, I kind of know what's going on, but let's talk about that. You say, I kind of know what's going on. What's going on, Miss Sarah?
Well, it's kind of like, I have class Monday through Wednesdays. So Monday through Wednesday, I kind of try to just focus on, going to class, doing the work that I have due that week, and the readings and everything, all of that, and just not dealing with anything outside of what I'm doing for Monday through Wednesday. Like, that's just, I try to make that my main focus. And a reason why I do that is because I'm a big procrastinator. So, I mean, I will make up an excuse to procrastinate. It doesn't matter, like, oh my God, I have to go and get a glass of water, and then I gotta watch TV, and oh, I forgot to do that. Reading, it's just, I'll make excuses about it. So, for me to not have to talk to people outside of, school or whatever I'm doing for those 3 days, that I guess it's a way to make me more focused. And so usually I don't talk to that person those days. Like, when we first had the argument, I was like, okay, let me just try to, text them good morning or something, like, to let them know that I want them to have a good day or something like that. But I feel like when I wasn't getting that in return, that kind of made me just stop it completely and not want to do it. Like, if you're not going to communicate with me, why would I put forth that effort if you're not? And then, like, the person gets mad, and then we usually have this conversation around Thursday or Friday about why we didn't talk Monday through Thursday or Monday through Wednesday, and then it's like the same thing all over again. And he was actually like, well, you said you have class Monday through Wednesday, so I'm not going to bother you. But I'm like, at the same time, I want him to like actually show that he's thinking about me through those days, even if I am busy. Like, I feel like it's not that big of a deal to just send a text message. Sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No, it's cool. No, it's okay for you to talk a lot.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I heard a couple of things, right? It sounds like that your life is very consumed with school, at least with Monday through Wednesday. And I heard you say that a lot of times, in order to focus, you kind of cut off everything and everybody else, right? And then what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the time that you allot to talking to others. And then I also heard you have almost like this, you being fixed between two things, right? You being so busy that you can't talk, but at the same time, you still want to hear from your significant other. And then you say that you reached out to him, but the communication was not reciprocated. So in a sense, you're like, well, I'm not going to be reaching out to you if you're not going to be reaching out to me.
You're right, exactly.
And then the week ends with, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you text me again? Am I right in saying that?
Yes.
And that has happened 3 times
Yeah.
consecutively for the past couple of weeks. Okay. It sounds like really at the core of it is a problem of communication. And I heard you say earlier of arguing over these petty things, but not communicating with you and not taking the initiative to see how you're feeling. Is that really petty? Is it petty to you?
I don't know. It's kind of like I think, why would you argue about a text message? Like, when you put it in the way that it's just about communication and not just like, you didn't text me or you didn't call me, I think it makes it a little bit more, I guess, easier to understand, because it's just about not having, like, I actually need someone to physically show that they're thinking about me in some kind of way. Like, that's just what I need from that person. And I guess the way that I say that is like, okay, you didn't text me, so for me that means like you wasn't thinking about me Monday through Wednesday. And like all of a sudden you want to be mad on Thursday and Friday because like your fingers work, you can text me or you can call me. And yeah.
So it's bigger than just a text message.
Yeah.
It's bigger than not just saying hello, or you want to know that you are important and that your significant other is thinking of you and that you are important enough to just say, I hope you have a good day.
Exactly.
Or I hope everything is going fine. Yeah. So I wonder, how has that conversation been going for the past 3 times? Right? So when y'all talk Thursday, Friday, whenever y'all talk, how does it go? Is it like, don't act like, you just been talking to me all week. How is it been going?
Usually, usually he's the one that texts me first. And that's just because I have too much pride to like reach out to him after I feel like you've been ignoring me Monday through Wednesday. But he says the same thing that I say, and he thinks that I'm ignoring him. So it's pretty much like he thinks that I'm ignoring him. I think he's ignoring me. Nobody really wants to be the first person to like break the ice, even though it's not that big of an issue, to just say, hey, whatever. And then he gets upset when I kind of like stop replying mid-text message, but I do that because I feel like I'm annoying him, or I'm just not getting the responses that I want. And instead of me like telling him that, I guess I'm kind of like just ignoring him altogether, which is what I said in the beginning about like distancing myself from people and kind of like falling back from them if I'm not getting what I need. But I'm not actually telling them that.
Sounds like it's a misunderstanding, because both of you all are feeling the exact same way about the exact same thing. And then I heard you say that you don't want to seem like you're being a nuisance and having to reach out to him first. So as a response, you don't reach out to him because what you said, because of pride. And then it's the same thing over and over for the past 3 weeks. What would you want? How would you want the communication to go?
To like at least him like text me first, like a couple days, or like just call me to see how everything is going during the week. I mean, it doesn't have to be like we have to have a 2-hour-long phone conversation. You know, it could be just like, hey, I'm just calling to see how, you know, school is going this week. I know you had this, that, and whatever due on Tuesday. How did that turn out? Just things like that, which would make me feel like he's actually more interested in what I'm doing and, you know, what I have to say, I guess, about certain things. Just that.
From what I hear, it sounds like the lack of him taking the initiative to communicate with you is causing you to question, are you really interested? It sounds like that's what communicating would do for you. Just to let me know that you're interested and that I'm on your mind. Have you proposed that? Have you proposed what you just said to me? Have you said that to him in one of the 3 conversations?
In some ways, yeah, I have said that to him.
And how did that go? Because I would imagine, when did you have it? Was it the first, second, or third time?
Maybe second time.
Okay.
Third time. But he has been like you know, I don't know, like he ignored that part. Like he'll reply to everything else I said, but that part, like, he doesn't want to kind of take responsibility for what he does that makes me the way that I am.
So what he's doing is affecting you in a great deal too, huh? That's interesting. And Miss Sarah, I would really love to dive in even deeper, right? Because I'm really enjoying this conversation, and I really see us being able to go somewhere with what we have right now. But our session is coming to an end. But to sum up everything that I've heard, here at the core of this relationship problem that you have now is communication. And what communication means to you. And for him to take the initiative to communicate with you speaks that that you are significant to him and that there is some interest there. But I also hear some part on you where there'll be times where you don't want to talk to him and take the initiative to reach out to him. Pride. You know, you look at the word pride, Pride, at the middle is I. And I love how you said at the beginning you wanted to do this personal introspection of why I do the things that I do and why I am having these relationship problems. And I would love next week to really dive into the subject of I. The things that are affecting everything else in your life. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so, I mean, that's if you think that's important enough to talk about.
I definitely do.
Yeah, okay, and hopefully we can continue on the process of becoming a better a better eye
Okay.
for everything else. Okay. All right. So next week, same time.
Yep.
All right, Miss Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and walk you out the door.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. See you next week. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.